Hey y'all, join me today as I show you how to make this pizza bowl supreme. It's a crustless pizza that's high in protein and filled with lots of veggies. And even though this dish doesn't have that delicious chewy pizza dough that we all love, I promise you, you won't miss it in this dish. To make my life easier, I'm using one of Ballpark's flame grilled beef patties for my protein. These are great because they are pre-cooked and they taste really good. And since they come frozen, I'm going to cook it through and even brown up both sides. Now that my beef patty has browned, I'm going to remove it from the pan and set it aside. Now it's time to prepare the veggies. I'm going to use 1 cup of the frozen Normandy Blend. This blend contains carrots, squash, zucchini, broccoli, and cauliflower. And if these don't sound appetizing to you, then just use your favorite veggies. Now because these come frozen, I'm going to run them under room temperature water to quickly thaw them out. This will just help the veggies cook a little faster when I add them to the skillet. Once the veggies have thawed, I'm going to drain them and add them to the same skillet I used to cook the beef patty in. I'm also going to add some chopped white onion as well. I'm going to saute my veggies until they become nice and tender. At this point, you may want to go ahead and add some salt and pepper to taste. Now you may have noticed I didn't add any oil to the pan. That's because the pan I'm using is super non-stick, but if yours is not non-stick, make sure you add either some non-stick cooking spray or about a tablespoon of an oil of your choice. So at this point, I'm gonna add a lid to the skillet just to help the veggies steam and cook through a little faster. Now that my veggies are done, I'm going to remove them from the heat. All right, so back to the burger patty. I'm going to take my patty and I'm just going to chop it up into bite-sized pieces. Once my patty is good and chopped, I'm going to add it to a bowl. Now this bowl is not the one I'm going to be using to cook everything in. It's just the one I'm going to use to help me stir all the ingredients together. Now I'm going to take my veggies and do the exact same thing. I'm going to chop them up into bite-sized pieces as well. Now that my veggies are all chopped up, I'm going to add it to the same bowl that I added my beef into. I'm gonna take some turkey pepperoni and I'm using about 8 to 9 slices and I'm going to chop those up and add it to the bowl as well. All right, now it's time to add my favorite seasonings, and with this, I'm just going to sprinkle on as much as I want to. I'm not measuring here. So I'm going to be using onion powder, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Now I'm going to give all of these ingredients a good stir before I add in my final ingredient, which will be the marinara sauce. I'm going to add my marinara sauce and I'm using about 1/3 cup, so I'm just going to pour it all on top and then give everything a good mix. I'm going to take all those ingredients and add them to an oven-safe bowl. and I'm going to place my bowl into my air fryer that's been preheated for just a few minutes at 400 degrees. And I'm going to let this cook, and I put cook in quotation marks because really everything is already cooked, but I'm going to set it for about 7 minutes. Now I am going to keep an eye on it just to make sure that it's not burning on top, but I do like a little bit of a char, a little bit of a crust on top of mine. So if you don't want that, you're gonna wanna cook yours for less time. All right, y'all, that's it. That's how you make this pizza bowl supreme. And y'all, it was delicious to the very last bite. I hope you give it a try, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.